First of all, I would like to thank Ladakh Student Union President and his members for inviting me today to speak on this wonderful occasion at this place, at this stage. Even though I do not consider myself to be an educated person, even though I do not consider myself to be a man of experience, but thank you nevertheless for bestowing this honor on me. The world, I think, is shrinking at a very fast rate. I've been around the world. I've traveled extensively. Ever since I was 19, I started with England, where I lived and studied, and afterwards I traveled further west to the Americas. I lived in Europe, different countries. I studied, I worked, I taught, I gained experience. I saw a lot of things. One thing that I saw, which is common in every society, wherever I went, was that the world is becoming a smaller place. We're getting overpopulated in many different areas, different countries. Our food is becoming more and more scarce. Our natural resources are being depleted at a phenomenal rate. We are talking about natural disasters which were unimaginable a few decades ago. In Ladakh, a region which I've always been very proud of being a Ladakhi. Ladakh is a very small region. I would like to mix a little bit with Ladakhi sometimes, yeah? Ladakh's very small place. It's very small. Ladakh when we go abroad, such a small place, but small yet extremely diverse. Diverse in tolerance of religion, culture, tradition, way of living, way of thinking, music, the way we dress. Even within Ladakh, within the different regions of Changthang, and you go to Kargil, Nubra, Leh, Zanskar, even within Ladakh, within this small region, you have so many diverse ways, diverse way of living, diverse ways of speaking and leading one's life. And we as human beings, because I'm a Buddhist, so I have to speak sometimes from a Buddhist point of view. Because we are human beings, according to the Buddha, we are always very selfish. We always think about ourselves before we do not seem to care much about others, the same way that we seem to care about ourselves. When we get out of our bed in the morning, we do it for ourselves. When we brush our teeth, when we wash our faces, when we hail a cab, when we drive our own car, when we enter a bus, when we go somewhere, we do it for our own sake. When we meet someone, we shake their hands for our own benefit. We are designed by nature. Because of eons and eons of habituation, we have become accustomed to think only about ourselves, to be selfish and not to be selfless. What happens when we lead such a life? We become greedy. We want everything for ourselves. We think about ourselves. We think about our way of life. We think about my religion, my way of living life, my way of speaking. And because of our ego, we think that we are always right. But then what happens? You have disharmony. You have disagreements. Of course, if everybody starts thinking that everybody is right, then obviously there's going to be conflict, there's going to be disharmony. And in today's day and age, where, for example, in Ladakh, we have people coming from the east, we have people coming from the west, we have people dropping on our heads with airplanes, and I joke that soon, one day, there will be people coming from underneath the earth. Our place is going to get less diverse if we are not careful about our future, if we do not tolerate each other. In Ladakh, we have Buddhists, we have Shia, we have Sunni, Christians, Hindus. Since I was young, I've seen, I've witnessed, I've heard, but I've seen with my own eyes what happens when there is disharmony, when there is conflict within such a small region. Forget the whole world. Forget about the wars. Forget about all the problems that is ongoing in the world. We just talk about Ladakh. I've seen so many things in my own lifetime. I'm only 34 years old. I've seen lots of fights between religions. And within sects, I've also seen a lot of issues. I think there still are a lot of issues that we face. My endeavor in my life, what I'm always talking about, my agenda in Ladakh, me as a person, and this should apply to all of us, is that we should not focus on our differences, we should focus on what's common between us. We should focus on humanity. We should not focus on religion. We should not focus on our way of talking, clothing. Yeah? Because even though we are diverse, we have different religions, we have different ways of thought, living, we can still live in harmony, and I think that's very important. Me, for example, I come from Chushud. Majority of my neighbors, they are Shia Muslims. Did I ever have any problem with them? Never. I think I had more problem with Buddhists than I had with my neighboring Shia neighbors. They've always been kind to me. I have never bothered them. My family has never bothered them. They have never bothered us. We have never focused on our differences. We have always been polite to each other. We have treated each other humanely. People talk about treating animals with humanity, humanely, with compassion. Forget about that. If we cannot treat humans humanely, with humanity, how can we treat animals? Forget about all sentient beings. Sama zero no pa semshan tamchan. Matang mina nyampo chigni chiga izzat choste sambal demo nyampo tangste spiral demo tangste mata nankuga hale khatpar buchidu tega samba mata nankuga thulmu buchidu common buchidu tega samba mata jimbo ta industi chigni chiga insanet nyampo spera mata na semshan bunda borang semshan samata borang tharing spera na pa kumang matang mi chigni chiga barches shukches chuluk chigni chiga indo within religions chuluk nanku gitene yang khram chuluk khram indo hale te nanku indo yul indo special na leba no pangata in Ladakh, for example, because I'm from Chushut, from central area, we say changpa, shamma, zanskarpa, nuvrapa, and we say bad things about them. We're creating disharmony. Kachi, Balti, Boto, Hindu, Christian. We're creating disharmony. We should be compassionate to each other. We should be patient with each other. We should be respectful to each other, irrespective and regardless of our religions, of our way of life. We should be like a beautiful garden where there is a diverse amount of flowers. If you do any research, for example, about, I don't know if many of you know about the coral reefs in Australia. Underneath the ocean, there is a very beautiful phenomenon to witness, and it's called coral reefs. They have such diverse amount of colors, shapes, and different animals that reside within them. Why am I talking about this? Because it's so beautiful, it's so diverse, and everything is in harmony. The only disharmony that's happening to the coral reefs, for example, is the bleaching of all the acidity in the oceans, which is making them all white, making them unattractive. And that's what's happening to our societies also. We are being bleached by hatred, by intolerance. We are being bleached by egoism, by selfishness. We are being bleached by greed and only thinking about ourselves. We should be compassionate. That is the teachings of all religions. We should be loving to each other. That is also the teachings of all religions. Unless we do this, I don't see a very good future for Ladakh. Being a Ladakhi, I'm always repeating myself that I'm very concerned about my region, about our kingdom, about our district, whatever it is. Even though we are very small, even though our future looks bleak, I think even now, if we are careful, if we can start to respect each other and live in harmony, focus on what's common between us, focus on our common challenges, I think we can have a good future. My work, what I'm doing in Ladakh, is focused on that. I'm not there to create a new sect. I'm not there to become a millionaire. I'm not there to become famous. I'm back in Ladakh. I can live anywhere I want. I've been to Europe, I've been to the West. I can live there comfortably. But I chose to come back to Ladakh after all these years of traveling and teaching and studying. Because I see that Ladakh right now is at a very critical juncture. And I really worry about our future. Wherever I teach, I always talk about compassion. I always talk about harmony within our religions, a way of lives. And I'm sure that you have heard this many times, not only from me, You must have heard this. But we really need to practice it. We need to practice this. Ladakhis, we have this habit, we talk a lot. Barang bersante bordugli, demong gera zeru gele. Tas peratang chis butsi kamar, last chis butsi mar manai samara. Ladakh slamata challenges mampu dupale. Tourism man mampu sonteno, mi mampu yongseno, environment sopo sonteno, zigmo mampu chano, suicide cases mampu chano, nanma metka ningata zuma minta depression, anxiety zega damdre yongseno, drugs a problem ikyagle, environment a problem ikyagle. Tasing se Hawaii jase ticket a problem ikyagle. Yarla wa chana ne chigara cha tsogla kirmostong nishu sumchur tang samira. Yang gunna yuwa chuan samne yang tena tsog kirmostong jipchu ngapchuri tang so parle dijashi ni mi dukpo son de achana ticket chat bus kyamlo kirmostong ngapchu tang so skaba. Te on challenge ni no pa. Thoro jinga dukpo shana hal. Kirmostong ngapchu tang no bache mera pa. Chunji no pa taina. Environmentally ngata dasa ziksang charchu tu se ga mebab ches. Tuchi son tena. The environment we never much on. But the microclimate, in just a Jixten Gampo to know something, in a Mata Ladakh Sepura microclimate, to Mata Jixten of Pale. Bamgara Kimsa Shakspa, Tupakazuk Langs, Mapatanopa, they were opposite Bomaduxenopa. Bortangste, kerosene, Metupatangste, Hale, Matamanetena, fossil fuel Mampuji Matai, Hale, Zas Nampacha and Mata Mampuji, Mayas Party, some Jutupalans to Ladakh, some job, challenges in Opale. Tena manpa, chulu chigi naku amata tene, zimutangches, chinichiga barches. Mata Ladakh se yule challenges mapu duk samara. Tama tampo masbi, ma tizimshi na shesame. I don't know that much because I'm not an expert. Na expert jiman, khaspa jiman le. Mik pesi duat ina nga kaspa osma changman ngasang kaspa mo pui ka juksukya sting ni khomuni kalop salchi sino yaranguna chama tuksam sarches kan kai no educated kan kai no dandiri tus la ladakh pas kan bo jaga malep se jimon dumbiru ngan ma choshina dilia subina ma takku thana pale dandiri Cambodia no Vietnam no Sri Lanka no Thailand espera man dumbiru pa chigi no pale jikten se khorgo sana chik thong go sana ki mata yul butsam ji chunduk se kan nga thong te no pa sana kurgu sana kule ngara chikpe pya ngara chikpo chana dik sam ches ngara chikpo hotel ji chana dik guest house chana dik boring sum jik things te hotel jik chos te taxi khashik borte ngara tokpa down dik sam ches janma samba tang ches le bezuk machina ngati yul bo jik chana pa le ta khona jik te duk grupa special na rule sar te duk grupa le kuchona jingmona chingni jiga barches na tenna mane cham duk grupa le rangdo chipane ladakh se na chipa vekyakle nangpa vekyakle Hindu Christian mangpu nyampu duk sukya mata khungun phingya na mano khungun ngatang phingya na mano that is a fact I demba jigino pa ta chonna barti chipan chonna jingmo na se chipan kagun ladakh pe migin chuluk kazuk shigin na chingni chi pya chana gosle ka ladakh pe migin hale chuluk kazuk shigin na chingni chi ga mata izzat na nyampu Jams ninja na nyampu zoppa na nyampu dukches bomba khakchan duk samar mata na ko khatpar buchi dite ko tuksam sala mazat mata na ko thunu wachi dite ko tuksam sal jese ngi juwa te oni ale on peut miju derim shmato potsek let sumi ka yongches bo traffic ta tamu ya zum dam na traffic duk ser dum mi ta hai traffic ta dizar so ko mirup inna red light khashi ka left right tang sat te ka traffic so ko dukle te ka ngaja chek mathar yale te man ko traffic tik duk pole te na hore ga minute Choangi sugur tukle, te ngatok putsek lersong, taisti ni mata kana skundon tarum kaspa mampo, ringi ka pepso itik duk, ngata chang ngasang kaspa mampo ekya, teni komuni kalo pokazuk saldu, teni ngeranguna kalo na stunte, teni ngeranguna chikta, met kami itsos speech nyan gushes mekyakle, met kami ngeranguna itsos shik kalo ji nyan gushes mekyakle, ngeranguna mikpestang na lamchok postang stang na tsangwa thong jine no pa, mano, ngeranguna chik tuksam salang, ngati chui future hale atan right tene chuguni future piano pa abi meme aba magoni ladakh poshkon se mata lakpena kyon se no ta daksa ngaje lakpano pa ngaje generation I junuguni lakpano pa le ladakh se future bo kazuk sheker go shisin zagan bo ngena moni chimiguna labja salazat chimiguna gela yong duk sopo yong duk le tangbo maispi chimika shigil labja gela sala meru chuguna marhande nastam do I chuguna toshe serka mo bo ndu gele suicide chipe chustano thate suicide chustamo no pale depression chipe yonsano thate depression yonsamo no pale anxiety chipe yonsano thate chustamo no pale hamaguna pressure check tangusano silches wilches na te sames kola ati future espera pa dini ka phama khashi dupa platform chair songo sami zul juste nele dang janga nomojinya prosperason ko de pole cerca shanti dukle family shonne man pressure shanti family gala met pasam ko toshes pressure andu juju ngena chimiguna chuguna chiposhton chuga mazat chimiguna lapa mangpo ngena mone shizen zimedari chen modu jodiale chuguna stoppo duk chang shesa miru dilia khorte duk sila miru jese gyara chandigarh ino jammu ino sila miru jese sipe ga jarta pora mazat yu mata ra chuguna iguna mata habja gela salna gela labna kunguna shesa na lam hagwan yale Sami tuksam sal goshis dupa junu guni tuksa sal goshis no ngati future pia kazo matang jiwana ni po dukoshisin ladakh su yulbu kazo yarges matang kyong goshisin ladakh su yulun nako yetkan shkyon supun kazo mata pingoshisin thugune tuksam sal goshisin no chimiguna tuksam sal goshisin no sana tene lobjong skola education ma khachane no pole marang chukshigina lamdo ne kala sumpam nispa sunte gona masil zele tena ramalinga na chilo kachu where are my glasses again jit no ngachu zani tura hale ramalinga again yura to konjit no mate mani silmishes le tesini savelama tene tindon tulgujita tindon chustena munzin zatena gompalepteno tateka ngara chik tachi china silches chik shkewama me pakchagena chinchi silches pachek thalapin te ngara silindux pasam education mangyuji ngara las english hindi tene skadik jenma computer zera soksale education ma kakchang du pale nga sheskan khashi ge communism lobjong nga lobjong ipina ni minda chochera zirle khol lobjong making jina isam bullshit dukli ko nganma mane rode ga dukan miwo isam chukbo gyute taraki chukon gyute du gale lobjong ipina ko ipina chi machos ka ko samti dukta ta dasa ladakh ziksan sukul kami bishisas miru pole sukul ko mane first class tik tak sukul mampu du teacher angel du ladakh daksa ta nga mampu education school mampu gyusme ari thomzo zena ladakh daksa chi miru zena university gale ki miru samara tolop te ina tsosa zur la ngi diring eka student mampu tara ngi chama chi junle ata special na ladakh la mata himis go be yokpeka naropa university sesena sevela matene gerong rupe chi somaj found jozate no ale te ka mata mane chi chen Ashoka University no affiliated it's affiliated with Ashoka University te ka mata lobjugun la scholarship ne somayong kon kono scholarship lakh chu chori mane kharcha zagyu thungyu changma yote no ta kaltes mata tuksam salte choguna met kameta diliguna lobjong gala yodjo mekar jo metle chandigarh lobjong gala yodjo inna ladakh khora kaltes juks ngenna demu duk samal ladakh khora dukstana ladakh khora ngata chili chen lam lukshu butu urjeda banapa temani ngata dilli mampu dukstana gyagara mampu dukstana gyagara pochuk charu pale diversity tene ga mekan charu pale kolla konjong gyagara pe kolla gonzo choks spere tangzanyang ladakh saskadi nangkuga english na hindi na te samar shese tangches tene kharji zazong tena burger pizza sandwich tena mane tai dasai ka philo ka ni te sku chudagi kholak baba tegun zache se nyosman dug murugle spera tangzane hale ongle ka zo zergo shesin te on shesa murugle wa we ka dul duk hale ladakh phangsa chaches chigela chaches gyagara chaches skhodnang lobjong nam se lokso skhodnang mal demono inna tanga ta dangdira ladakh se yulla facilities ma gyala yote nokle sukul gyala yote nok universities gunta ta sarchigin jine no teo songbasang sangme ladakh se future school la chek thuksam sal koshis khakshan duksam ra mangpuji nga tangbu ma spe nga politician ni man academic ni man hare nga mangpuji sperang tang she zeming spera ta na khata ta no ina tosla nga ngerang ngone yulmi jigino gele chana kane yulmi jigino yulpa jigino ni ngarai chona ta labja zenna juwa zenna ina chokshigin changme to thuksam borazat tene taksanga ta ekanyang question answer session ni da only question answer session ji music borin mola rakpa tene tiwa challenge ji zat